Hey guys, it's Amanda with 3S, and today we're just going to do a pretty short, easy, gentle vinyasa flow. So we're going to start in a comfortable seat, so whatever that means for you. I want you to ground down through your sits bones. Tuck your pelvis under so that your spine is nice and long. Sit up nice and tall and drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Good, just to kind of get our little fidgets out, we're going to drop our hands down next to our hips. Big full inhale, take your right arm up, and then on your exhale, you're going to lean over to the left. Nice and easy. Make sure you can keep that right sits bone plugged into your mat. Good, on your next exhale, drop that hand down. Inhale, take your left arm up. And then exhale, lean over to the right. Again, keeping that left sits bone plugged into your mat. So you're opening up that side body. Good, exhale, take that hand down. Okay, we're gonna do that again. Take your right arm up, big inhale. Nice and tall, and then exhale, lean over. Good, on your next exhale, release that hand. Other side, inhale, take your left arm up. Exhale, lean over. Good, on your next exhale, release that. Hand down. Good, inhale, take your right arm up. Good, sit up nice and tall. This time on your exhale, nice easy twist over to the left. So bring your right hand to your left knee. Maybe your left hand goes out behind you. Maybe your gaze goes over that left shoulder. But nice and easy, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Good, releasing on your next exhale, coming back to center. Good, this time inhale, take your left arm up. Exhale, twisting over to the right this time. So take your left hand to your right knee. Take your right hand out behind you. Maybe your gaze goes over that right shoulder. See if you can plug your right shoulder blade in towards your spine so that you're open all the way through your collarbones. Whenever you're ready, exhale and come back to center. So stay in your nice comfortable seat. Take the palms of your hands to your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Softly close your eyes. Starting to tune into our breath. Big full inhale. Breathe all the way down into your hip creases. Feel your belly expand first, and then your ribs, and then your chest. And then draw your navel in towards your spine to exhale completely. Good, inhale, breathe all the way down. 3-part breath. Feel your belly expand, and then your ribs, and then your chest, allowing your collarbones to be long. And then draw your navel in towards your spine. Allowing your breath to be slow, to be controlled, and to bring you into this present moment so you can arrive on your mat for your practice. One big cleansing breath. Big full inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Whenever you're ready, coming forward, we're just gonna find tabletop. So bring your wrist under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. A couple of rounds of cat-cow. So on the inhale, tuck your toes, drop your tailbone down around your spine. Exhale, untuck your toes, drop your belly to your mat, bring your shoulder blades together and your gaze forward. Inhale to cat. Exhale to cow. Good, one more time. Inhale to cat. And exhale to cow. Good, this time inhaling, coming back to a neutral spine, so nice neutral tabletop. Big full inhale here. And then exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, push your hips back. First downward facing dog in your practice. So move into it nice and slow. Keeping a nice bend in your knee, making sure that your hands are plugged into your mat, and just find a good stretch in your shoulders. Nice big shoulder flexion. Maybe moving your hips side to side from here, opening up your side body a little bit. Good, and then coming back to center in your downward dog. And on your next inhale, you're going to come high on your toes, shift your weight forward and find plank just for a second, just for one breath. Big inhale. On your exhale, drop your knees wide, sit your hips back, find child's pose. And on your next inhale, you're going to shift your weight forward, bend your knees, point your toes. Drop into the front of your hips. You're finding a little mermaid. Open your shoulders. Okay, and on your next exhale, you're going to drop your toes down, lift your knees, downward facing dog. So we're going to do that again. Big inhale, high on your toes, shift your weight forward. Only here for that big full inhale. And then exhale, drop your knees wide, sit your hips back, find child's pose. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward. Bend your knees, point your toes, drop into the front of your hips, a little bit of a back bend here, only as far as it's comfortable. Draw your shoulder blades together, open your chest. Good, on your next exhale, drop your feet down, tuck your toes, lift your knees, push your hips back, downward facing dog. Good, and do it one more time. Inhale, high on your toes, shift your weight forward. Engage your core just a little bit. Exhale, drop your knees wide, sit your hips back, child's pose. Good, inhale, bring your weight forward, bend your knees, point your toes, drop into the front of your hips. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, hips back, downward facing dog. You may need to readjust your feet or readjust your hands here, but coming back to your really strong downward facing dog. Little bend in your knee, that feels good. On your next inhale, you're just gonna come high on your toes in your downward dog, and then on your exhale, you're just gonna drop your heels over to the right. Inhale, back high on your toes. And then exhale, drop your heels to your left. And inhale, high on your toes, back to center. We're going to do it one more time. Exhale, drop your heels over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop them over to the left. Inhale, high on your toes, back to center. Exhale, put a big bend in your knee. Good. Inhale, step forward. Top of your mat, find halfway lift. And then exhale and fold. Good. Staying here for a couple of breaths. Maybe rocking back and forth on your heels and your feet if that feels good. If you feel like you're straining to keep your lower back straight, put a big bend in your knee and see if you can actually rest your belly on your thighs. If you'd like, you can also grab opposite elbows and find ragdoll. And then on your next exhale, releasing your hands. Big full inhale, sweep your arms, come all the way up, stand up nice and tall. Good, and then exhale to Tadasana. Take it a Sunday. We're gonna move nice and slow. Big full inhale. And then exhale, hinging at your hips, finding a forward fold. Again, same thing if you're feeling like it's hard for you to keep your lower back straight because your hamstrings are tight. Put a big bend in your knee and rest your belly on your thighs. Inhale and find halfway lift. Good. Exhale, plant your hands. Back to plank, just for a second. Good. On your next exhale, shift forward, hug your elbows in and lower all the way to your belly, nice and slow. Good, making sure your hands are still at the top of your rib cage. Hug your elbows into your side body. Plug your feet into your mat. Inhale, baby cobra. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, you're just gonna push to a tabletop. And then on your exhale, open your knees wide, sit your hips back, find child's pose. And inhale and come all the way back to tabletop. So you might have to readjust. Bring your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. On your next exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, hips back, downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, take your right leg long out behind you. On your inhale, step it through, inside of your right hand. Drop your left knee, untuck your left toe. Okay, let's just keep our hands planted down on the ground. But see if you can lift your chest. Making sure your right knee is over your right ankle so you can get a nice stretch in the hip flexor on the left. So big full inhale here in the lunge. And then exhale, straighten your leg. Come high on the heel. Good. One more time, coming forward. Inhale, find your low lunge. And then exhale, straighten that leg. Good. Inhale, come forward. Good. Plant your hands down nice and strong on the outside of that foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knees, and on your exhale, downward facing dog. And exhale, take your left leg long up behind you. On your inhale, step it through, inside of your left hand. Drop your right knee and tuck your right toe. Again, we're keeping our hands down. So staying right here, but see if you can lift your chest high. Good. On your exhale, you're just going to straighten your left leg, come high on your left heel. Good. Inhale, come forward, find your low lunge. Exhale, straighten that leg, high on the heel. Inhale, come forward. Good, last one. Exhale. Inhale. Good, this time plant your hands down nice and strong. High on the ball of your back foot, lift your back knee. Exhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, take your right leg long out behind you. Inhale, step it through, inside of your right hand. Turn your back foot 90 degrees. On your inhale, warrior two. So you're lifting all the way up. Put a nice bend in your front knee. Draw your shoulder blades together and open your chest. Just a breath here, big full inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg. On the exhale, you're going to lean forward as far as you possibly can. And then when you're ready, drop your right hand down to your right leg. Keeping your hips pushed forward. So taking it nice and easy, it should feel like a pretty good little hamstring stretch. So only go as far as it feels comfortable. And then when you're ready, take your left arm up towards the ceiling. Come all the way back up, and then exhale, warrior two, one more time. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down and frame that foot. You're just going to step that right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Good. We're going to do the other side. So exhale, take your left leg long out behind you. Inhale, step it through, inside of your left hand. You're going to turn your right foot 90 degrees. And then when you're ready, inhale, warrior two. Good. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach forward as far as you can. And then when you're ready, drop your left hand down to meet your left leg. Keep your hips pushed forward. So maybe take your hand to your lower back and make sure that you're not bending to compensate. So just push your hips forward. And then when it's available, take your right hand up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale, cartwheel your hands and frame that foot. You're just going to step that left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, come high on your toes, shift your weight forward, find your plank just for that one inhale. And then exhale, shift your weight forward, hug your elbows in, lower all the way to your belly. Good, bringing your hands to the top of your rib cage. Big inhale, baby cobra. Good, exhale and release. And this time, if you want to take a little bit more of a back bend, you can drop your elbows down so that they're underneath of your shoulder and find a Sphinx pose. So try to keep a little bit of core engagement here. Plug the top of your feet into your mat. Draw your shoulder blades together so your chest is open. And let the back of your neck be long. Maybe softly close your eyes. Good. On your exhale, you can release all the way down. Just gonna push your weight up. And then open your knees wide, so your hips back, find child's pose. When you're ready, you're inhaling, you're going to come up. We're just going to take a seat and then send your legs long out in front of you. Good. So tuck your tailbone under a nice long spine. Sit up nice and tall. Flex your feet so that they're up towards your face. Big inhale. And then on your exhale, nice forward fold. So walk your hands out. Maybe find your end point. And then take an inhale there, and then exhale a little bit deeper. And we're going to hug our right knee into our chest. As we're sitting up, so you're sitting up still nice and tall. Hug your right knee all the way in. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, you're going to twist over to the right. You can take your right hand long out behind you. You can either keep hugging that knee close into you, or you can take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, whatever feels good for you. So coming back to center, just gonna drop our right knee down and then take our left leg out 45 degrees. And then you wanna take the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. So a little bit of a side body stretch. We're gonna take our left hand down to our foot, and then inhale, take your right arm up, and exhale, lean over. Trying not to cave forward in this one too much. You wanna make sure that you're really opening your side body. And then inhale and sit all the way back up. Gonna take your feet long out in front of you. Again, this time bring your left knee into your chest. Big inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale and twist over to the left. So take your left hand out behind you. You can either keep hugging that knee in, or you can take your right elbow to the outside of that left knee. So you're going to drop your left knee down, take your right leg out about 45 degrees, and then plug the sole of your left foot into the inside of your right leg. Take your right hand down to your right foot first, and then inhale, take your left arm up. Exhale, lean over. Whenever you're ready, inhale and come all the way back up. Take your legs long out in front of you. Big full inhale. And then on your exhale, lower it down nice and slow. Maybe drawing your knees into your chest. Finding a little bit of movement here, so making sure that your pelvis is untucked. Rocking side to side. And then if there are any other shapes or movements you'd like to take before you make your way into your Shavasana, please feel free. Otherwise, you're coming out nice and long. Allowing your palms to be face up, drawing your shoulder blades together so that your collarbones are long. Untucking your low back. Relaxing your thighs. Relaxing your core. Coming back to your breath. And allowing yourself to just be. Please stay here for as long as you feel comfortable, as long as you feel like you need today. Thank you guys so much for showing up and practicing. Namaste.